Hello, and welcome back to f0rje Plays Risk of Rain 2. Oh, this is the wrong save file. Hold up. There we go. Okay. So, in the last episode we failed to complete the teleporter event, but we're gonna do an actual factual commando run. Goals here, as always, get to the obelisk. Completing the first teleporter event will unlock multi for our next run. Gonna try and work on a little bit more, or a little bit less, gameplay talk. You know, obviously we'll talk about the game as we are playing, but I really want to work in some other topics of discussion as well, because my idea for this whole series isn't just like, hey, me playing video games, but also just like a kind of a podcasty type of deal. Looks like the teleporter's over there. You know, just like a good way to, I guess, clear the air. Clear the air? I don't know. Whatever. I feel like I need offensive items more than I need defensive items in the first run. So we're going to take tri-tip dagger for the bleed chance. I do want to farm up a little bit before we trigger the teleporter, because one item is not going to cut it, unfortunately. And there looks to be a guaranteed green chest over here, so maybe we'll get lucky and pick up like a rocket launcher or something. This is the first recording of the day. Episode 1 just went up on YouTube like an hour ago. Still no feedback yet, but I'm hoping to hear some things from some people. So, recently, my fiance has gotten me into playing Pokemon Go. Now, I was part of the major rush, I guess you would call it, for when everyone started playing Pokemon Go. Back when it first released, you know, the summertime of literally everyone in everyone's town just out and about playing Pokemon. Good times to be had by all. But we moved shortly afterwards to a new area, and I pretty much stopped playing. I'm not a huge fan of mobile gaming, you could say. I mean, there's like nothing really wrong with it, it's just not generally my cup of tea. I prefer things that are a little bit more in-depth, I guess you could say. And ever since I dropped it, my fiance has been bugging me to pick it back up again. So, like a month ago, maybe a month and a half, ukulele is real good. I think we've got enough damage to rock through here. This guy, once we take him down, I should be able to open this chest, and then we'll go pop the teleporter. But yeah, so I've been playing. Oh my god, we are getting some really good items here. The only thing I feel like we're really missing right now is crit glasses. I'm sure we'll have plenty of opportunities to pick that up. Just getting a ukulele and an adrenaline syringe on the first stage is damn good. Feeling good about our chances here. So anyways, I've been playing for like a month and a half maybe now, since my fiance, she basically bugged me nonstop for like the 2+ years in between when I stopped playing and, you know, a month ago when I started playing again, to pick the game back up. And so I like I said, mobile gaming not really being my cup of tea, and not really having the group of friends around in our current location that we did when we first started playing, has really kind of pushed me away from picking it up, just because whoop-de-doo. You know, the magic is lost when you... I would say it's less fun when you're not rocking around with a whole bunch of friends that you know. Alright, so the big thing to keep in mind, beetles aren't that dangerous, so I guess I don't really need to worry too much about dodging them. The thing I want to be cognizant of is having cover to hide behind. Although when there's 3 of them in a row like this here, I would definitely like to deal with that. But yeah, I want cover to hide behind for when this guy does his crazy attack, which he's doing right now. Run. Clear out some of the wisps. Wisps are notoriously hard to dodge because their attacks are hit scan. But as long as I don't... Jeez, that was like the worst dodge in the history of dodges. Old War Stealth Kit, I have previously trash-talked this. I think it's a little bit better than I'm giving it credit for. What I would really love to see is maybe some better healing items. Cautious Slug. Ooh, there we go. Multi has been unlocked. Cautious Slug high on the list. You know, I wouldn't say no to a Leeching Seed. I've done some more research. Apparently people are pretty down on Leeching Seed because it doesn't scale super well into the late game, but... You know, playing the super late game isn't exactly what we're going for here anyways, because we're trying to keep episode lengths, you know, slightly under an hour, optimally. But yeah, so we've been playing for a little while. I didn't remember the original password or the original account that I was playing on, so I wound up making a new one from scratch. Oh shit, this is where I spawned. So I've already... This whole trek up here for chests was a waste of time, unfortunately. You know, gasoline, not the worst, though. Definitely helps with AoE, which is something Commando does not have in any capacity, really. But yeah, I think we're just gonna zip out of here. So anyways, did not remember the password for my original account. Or even like the email address, I think. So I wound up making a new one. And so I've gotten the perspective of starting over from scratch. There is a lot of stuff that has been added to that game in the last couple of years. I mean, not just new Pokemon generations, but, you know, different berries for catching Pokemon. When we first started playing, it was like you got the one berry that made it easier to catch a Pokemon. Now there's ones that stop it from jumping around. There's ones that give you extra candies. You know, all that good stuff. There's like raid events now, shadow Pokemon, you know, trainer battles, blah 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 blah. Like, there's so much to do. There's special research that you get to do that stacks up like crazy little objectives that you have to complete over the course of several days or weeks of gameplay, depending on how difficult the objective is. Haha, Red Whip printer. That's a joke. And I don't mind it. I'm playing it, and I'm having a good enough time, I suppose. But still, the hook just isn't there for me. You know, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. Been playing the game since the original Red and Blue came out. The only gen of Pokemon that I haven't really played in depth is Black and White. And Black 2, White 2. Otherwise, I've played pretty much every generation. And the thing that gets me about Pokemon Go is that it doesn't have... Like, what makes Pokemon good and interesting for me is, like, getting a team together and, like, working on that team, building it up until it's strong. And while that is something that you can do in Pokemon Go, you can get enough candies to power up a Pokemon that you catch that's relatively weak. Another adrenaline syringe? Hell yeah. So anyways, while you can power up Pokemon, it takes a lot of candies to do, and it's usually way more efficient to just catch one, like get a more recent catch that is of a higher CP has better base stats. So on and so forth. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that people don't do something similar in actual Pokemon games. Oh, jeez. Oh, there was one of these squid guys that got too close. Because that is a thing. Oh, perfect, perfect. I wouldn't even mind if you take an adrenaline syringe, but you know what? I'm also okay with losing the dagger. I just want to get one of these rolling. You know, I want to play it again, but I think I'm going to try and get more white items before I do to dilute the chance that it takes items that I want. So, hold on, before we go anywhere else, let's see if we can locate the teleporter. Telltale signs, yep, it's gotta be like right here. Of course we gain nothing. I mean, I'll take it. It's not the best equipment, or even a good one, in my personal opinion. Okay, there's the teleporter. We have wasted time on this level and on the last level, so I'm just gonna trigger it now. Beetle Queen. I just want to deal with this guy real quick so that we're not getting blasted from behind. Famous last words. Or rather, don't take that out of context, whichever you would choose. We need to deal with, we need to deal with Beetle Queen. I don't know why I'm wasting time hitting ads. Ouch. Okay, this is where Old War Stealth Kit comes in handy. Okay, maybe let's not get hit by those. This is a really bad place to be, honestly. We need to move out a little bit farther. I don't want to get shotgunned by the Beetle Queen. We're going to return to the Pokemon Go topic, but I just need to... I promise I'm not getting sidetracked. It's just that I didn't pick up many items on this run. Really only the slug, and we haven't stopped taking damage long enough for it to kick in. So... honestly, all this time spent fighting ads is just a waste of time, because they will just keep spawning until we defeat the boss. I would really like to not get hit multiple times by Stone Titans. Alright, apparently I don't know how to evaluate items because I was literally just trash-talking this, and it's actually turned out to be pretty great against Beetle Queen. Just being able to float up in the air, be constantly moving to dodge Stone Titan shots. Ah, that was bad. Okay, it still worked out, but, you know, I would have liked to have not lost my entire R burst. Oh great, it's literally the worst item in the game. The whip would not be so bad if it was like the slug, where... you know, if you took damage, it stopped, but it's literally anything that, that is considered a hostile action cancels out the whip. So even, like, using an offensive ability. Okay, you know, I am gonna pop this. I do think Black Hole is a better item. Even though the, I'm just gonna call it the Chrysalis, even though the Chrysalis, you know, worked out for us there. Alright, let's play this shrine. I hope we get a couple white items, and then maybe go back for that 3D printer. Monster Tooth, happy to lose that one. 2. There we go. Ah, now we unlocked the Goat Hoof. 4 fails in a row. And I don't have enough money to go for the number 5. Also, I forgot that we don't have multiple jumps. I do wish they left the normal music running after you complete the boss encounter. I get that, like, once the teleporter's been charged, you're kind of just encouraged to GTFO. I'll play it one more time. See, that was bad. I would prefer to have not lost that, but 3 cautious slugs is a pretty solid amount of healing. So anyways, Pokemon Go. I'm not gonna, like, sit here and try and tell you that people don't churn through tons and tons of Pokemon looking for, like, the right natures and stuff in actual Pokemon games. But I still do dislike the mechanics of Pokemon Go and how it encourages you to just have, like, hordes of strong Pokemon, or, you know, you're not encouraged to invest in rare Pokemon you find. Like, if there was, like, a hard Pokemon to catch. So, for example, right now on my Pokemon account, I have a Shadow Hitmonchan that I got from a Shadow Pokemon event, which thus far I have not found another Hitmonchan. The Shadow Hitmonchan, for those of you who haven't played Pokemon Go, Shadow Pokemon are like a current, I don't know if it's a current event thing or just something that's going to be, like, permanently in the game, but basically you find Pokestops that are being usurped by Team Rocket, and when you defeat the trainer, you get a chance to catch one of their Pokemon. Shadow Pokemon generally have pretty low stats, but you can purify them similar to the way you would do so in, like, Pokemon Colossus for the Nintendo GameCube, excuse me. You can purify them, and doing so increases their stats and all of that jazz. Nope, that was close. Right, I would like to open more chests, please, because especially after losing that adrenaline syringe, I do feel like our combat capabilities and our damage is a little low for this current stage in the game. The biggest thing I would like to see being, I'd like to get my adrenaline syringe back. Honestly, I think losing Tri-Tip Dagger actually hurt more than I originally thought. Yeah, let's try and take this elite down. So anyways, basically I have a Hitmonchan, which is a relatively rare Pokemon where I currently reside. Tough Times is great. That's the teddy bear. Yeah, we'll go with teddy bears. It gives you a chance to just straight up block damage you take. I was under the impression that it was like a flat damage reduction, but I think that's what the teddy bear did in Risk of Rain 1. Anyways, I'm going to try and finish my Pokemon Go thought here. Basically, I have this Hitmonchan that is a Shadow Hitmonchan. I don't have enough candies to purify it to give it better stats, but I also just don't see enough Hitmonchans to ever reasonably make it a strong Pokemon, which is annoying, because, like, what if Hitmonchan is my favorite Pokemon? I mean, it's not. My favorite Pokemon is Umbreon. But what if it was? What if I just loved Hitmonchan? You know, your chances of ever making Hitmonchan super strong are pretty low unless you happen to get lucky and find a ton of Hitmonchans. Which, like I said, in my area is pretty unlikely because they don't commonly spawn. Literally the only one I've seen in like a month's worth of playtime is the one from the Shadow Pokemon event. These guys are pretty tough. Their Gatling gun attack, as you could see, does a ton of damage. And apparently slows you, which is just even better. Oh, great. I don't want to spend lunar coins, otherwise that lunar pod would be a fantastic get. Both of these lunar pods would be fantastic gets. Unlocking the Artificer costs 10 lunar coins. I know I've talked about this before, but hey, might as well go over it again. Unlocking the Artificer costs 10, but we want 11 coins so that if we get to 10, we can spend the 11th to guarantee a portal to the Bazaar spawns. Ouch. I could have done more to dodge that. Okay, this is bad. Yeah, our DPS definitely is not at the level we would like to see it at. So is this the... It is. Is there anything down here? There is a chest. Honestly, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this run is doomed. We got some solid early game items. We traded away a few of them for better defense, and our DPS just isn't gonna live up to what we need it to. That's... Unless we get some really solid items, honestly what I need to do is stop screwing around and wasting time looking for items when I should just be trying to get to the portal as quickly as possible, because the longer we stay on this stage, the more likely we are to just die. Unfortunately, it's down here. Okay, I was gonna say I had not seen where the portal was, but I guess backside of here? Yeah, there we go. Alright, here's hoping we don't die. This is gonna be an interesting fight. Grove Tender, okay. You know, in my experience, Grove Tender hasn't been too difficult to deal with. I also just don't really feel like we have the greatest chance based off of our current stats. Especially not with teleporting elite overloading boys. Yeah, I mean, like, look at how long it's taken us to kill this imp. This is a curse run, that's for damn sure. Oof, 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 oof. Please stop that. Okay, listen, we've kited these guys all the way out here. Let's try... I'm gonna die just on this run back, holy crap. Yeah, it's because this imp man keeps following me, and because I stopped attacking him for half a second, all of his health regenerated, which is just peachy. Also, we're on fire and everything is awful. I think it's over for us, boys. We don't have any sort of... our cautious slug healing is phenomenal. But it's not gonna get us there in the long run. We're definitely gonna hit Black Hole once we get a good Black Hole option going here. Ouch. Yeah. Grove Tender with bad damage. Quite a bit more difficult than I expected it to be. I hate how wisps run away when you get them to low health. Because you know he's just coming back to kill you later on anyways. It just makes it harder for me to hit him. Okay, so here's the deal. This is going pretty bad. We just need to get damage in on Grove Tender. That is #1 goal here. As long as we can get damage in on Grove Tender, we can potentially live through this fight. We also need to clear out some of these wisps. Because... oh jeez. My frame rate is like 53 right now, holy crap. There's just so many monsters on the screen right now. Go with him, please. I don't know how I'm not dead yet. We need to run down here. Give cautious slugs time to get some healing in. You know, if I had better attack speed, better on-hit effects, maybe some more ukuleles, this would be much easier to deal with. Yikers. Oh my goodness. Okay. We need to get back around the edge here. Come on, Whip, you can kick in. Yeah, honestly, just the amount of time it's going to take us to kill this boss is probably a death sentence for this run. But you never know, maybe there's a chance. Maybe after completing this we open up our other chests and get some amazing items. You never know. I mean, we're taking him down, slowly but surely. You know, don't really feel super confident about all of his small little wispy guys, but... also, the music is just so good. Okay, stealth kit, doing some work. Unfortunately, with one, we only get 3 seconds of invincibility. Also, we're gonna do a little dash through here. Get our health back. Also, we can charge the teleporter as we kite through this little section, which is gonna be important, because there's pretty much no way that we're gonna be able to kill all these ads that have spawned after the fact. Oof. He followed me over here already, and all that work we did kiting was for naught. Go with him, please. Okay, we got him. I need to charge the teleporter now, which means I need to heal. What do we get? A leeching seed? You know, not the worst. Would have preferred damage of any kind, but I'll take it. I think we're just gonna have to charge... yeesh. The teleporter on kite sessions through here. The nice thing is that our M2 ability is a penetrating shot that hits everything in a line. Okay, teleporter is charged, which means we're gonna go open a couple chests and then GT freak out of here. This is what I'm talking about though with the music. Like, sometimes you finish a teleporter, but you're like, I need chests if I'm gonna live. And you just kind of have to run around in silence. Not exactly. Nope. Not exactly my favorite thing. So, there is a chest down over here. Damaging items, please. Okay. You know, I'll take sprint speed. Not as good as maybe we would want, but I'll take it. I don't know if we got all the way down here. Hopefully there is at least one chest. Ah, shit, there's nothing. This is only stage 3. 28 minutes on stage 3. Yeah, this run is cursed. I'm just gonna go, because it's not worth 2 minutes getting all the way over there. And we're just gonna hope that we don't instantly get murdered on the next run, or the next level. We're gonna have to do some serious farming. If it's Abyssal Depths, I don't know if this is bad or good, honestly. So let's check a couple things. 207 for a base chest. We also want to take a look at our legendary chest here. we need something. Rockets. I think I overvalued duplicate ukulele in a previous run. I think it's better to have one of each item than multiples of one if you have the option. This is probably gonna be 3,300. That's really bad. That's really bad. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You know, honestly, the gasoline synergy here is pretty strong, but I need to get the heck out of there. I want to farm for that legendary chest. I don't think it's a good idea. I think we're going to be better off just hitting normal chests and then getting out of here and trying to progress forward as fast as we can. So, the green shop is right here. We've got 2 Ulvor Stealth Kit. None of these are good. I'll take Leeching Seed because that's at least additional survivability. What I would have liked to see there, a rocket launcher. You know, actually I'm not sure what other effects we have. Will-o'-the-Wisp is okay, but we need like a more immediate damage. You know, honestly, I don't know enough about the green items that the game gives us to determine exactly what my best green items are. I mean, I know we don't even have a lot of the good ones unlocked yet. Like, there's one that gives us a solid, like a way to execute low health elite monsters. We're just gonna gamble on this bandolier, not what we were asking for. Already had one too, so the duplicates are not helpful. Okay, glasses, phenomenal. Would love to see more of them. I really actually... Crowbar Printer, also pretty bad. I think Crowbar's really only good on Artificer. Crowbar's really good for burst builds, where you just do a lot of your damage in one big go. But is pretty subpar for a character like Commando, who does most of his damage over time using normal auto attacks. Also, probably the worst use of Black Hole I think we've gotten thus far this run. Although Ukulele, as you can see, doing work here. Also, anytime you hear that, like, rubber ducky squeak, that is Tough Times blocking damage for us. Also, we're already spawning non-boss monsters, which is terrifying. I'm gonna open all 3 of these and this. Maybe we can get... Nope, literally the worst. Ooh, rocket launcher, okay. We're getting a little bit better. Damage is starting to increase. We're definitely not farming 3,000 for the legendary chest. That is absolutely laughable. But our combos with... Ooh, okay, that's the crowdfunder. Quite possibly the worst, or one of the worst active items in the whole game. So that's not going to be super helpful. Okay, well, at least now we know where the teleporter is. There are a couple more chests that I want to see if I can try and unlock. Because we still are too low on damage. More Tough Times, great defensive items. Defensive items definitely not the thing that I want to complain about on this run. And honestly, with the wealth of good defensive items we picked up, I really kind of regret going ham on that 3D printer for the cautious slugs, because frankly we don't need them. Alright, I'm gonna try and pop the teleporter before we get to I see you difficulty. Okay, offensive items, please give me some good. I'll take Will-o'-the-Wisp. It's not immediate damage, but it'll help us clear packs, and I can't really complain about that. Okay, that was relatively clean, all things considered. You know, I was expecting to be dead by now, so I would say, even though I do feel that this run is mildly cursed, more Old War stealth kits. What does that give us? 2? Which means we'll get 6 seconds of invisibility when we get hit pretty hard. I'm down with armor-piercing rounds. Extra damage on the boss is going to be pretty important, I think. Okay, I thought that was a chest. It was not. I don't want to hit that combat shrine. There is one more chest over here next to this overloading crab. Actually, 2 more chests. Brooch is pretty good for survivability. Like I said, we're just getting so many good defensive items, and we're just not getting the damage we need. Alright, so let's crack the teleporter. This is going to be pretty rough, especially because the boss is going to be in this small corridor. Definitely picking up this healing drone. Probably should clear this guy out first before we do anything else. Because I don't want to have to fight one of these guys alongside another boss as well. Oh, especially not next to a Lemurian. Oh no. Oh, this is terrible. I'm gonna crack the boss and run, I think. Okay. Getting Imp Overlord. We are doing so much damage to him, but not necessarily to... Also, I completely whiffed that direction. He's gonna spawn right on top of me. Alright, first thing, obviously take out the boss. In other scenarios, we know we've kited around, we've dealt with ads first, which, granted, isn't necessarily advised, but the Imp Overlord literally teleports onto you, so dealing with him sooner rather than later is highly advised. It's also extremely difficult to kite around when one of our directions just takes us face to face with a Stone Titan. This is probably where we're gonna die, although there is a solid chance we get out of this just because of Black Hole. A solid black hole direction right about now, coupled with a few Will-o'-the-Wisp procs. We definitely cleared out ads there, so that was decent. Let's back up a bit. By back up a bit, I mean, where the heck is the Imp Overlord? Where did he go? Did he follow me back here? Yes, he did. Well, alright then, and he's coming back over here now. We're actually doing half-decent damage to him, and we only have 7 more seconds left. 3 seconds on our black hole, which I'm spamming. Oof, he's gonna go for the big slam attack. Hey, lunar coin. Not gonna say no to that, that's for damn sure. Okay, Imp Overlord's down, which means we've got at least a green item waiting for us back at the teleporter. Only thing we would really love to see now... Well, actually, now I need to just get back to the teleporter to start charging it. I would really love... Oh, great. Rose shield. We got 3 rose shields. That's totally awful. Alright, this guy needs to go. And he needs to go immediately. Thank you. 2 seconds on black hole. Go. And that's what Will-o'-the-Wisp will do for you. Pretty damn good, if you ask me. Let's get the heck out of here. You know, we actually might have enough to unlock the legendary chest if it will still let us. I don't know if activating the teleporter stops you from being able to do that. Number one thing... Okay, yeah. I was like, we needed to get back behind cover before he started shooting that laser. But honestly, this is a pretty damn solid run. We unlocked this item, which I don't think I've ever seen before. Goat Hoof, which is a top-tier movement speed item, and Multi, which will be the next character we play on our run. So, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider clicking the like button, subscribing, of course leave a comment. If you don't like the video, you know, dislike button's there, comment section is still there. You know, take advantage of it as you will. Anyways, I will see you guys later.